Hello YouTube, Kaitlyn here, and do you have a stalker? I don't think so. I hope not. So I got an email from one of you guys recently about how you dated a guy who got super attached super quickly and basically reached stalker status, which was concerning you. And it concerns me too. Whether you're dating someone that's just a little bit too clingy or you have an all-out stalker situation, I thought I would go over what I'd like to call iIMAGINEblank safety tips for avoiding stalker situations. First, let's look at some different types of stalkerishness. There's Clingy MacLeod. This person is normal, even though quite annoying, and the best thing to do is to talk to them about it before breaking it off because they may not realize they're being as clingy as they are. Next, we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man's clinginess is unnatural, and if you talk to him about it, it can get worse. Then there's the Green-Eyed Hulk. Jealousy gets to this guy, and he may not like you hanging out with other guys or even your girlfriends. And finally, there's Jekyll and Hyde. This is when you've got a person who switches between being super affectionate and then extremely controlling, which is very confusing for you. And maybe they even take their affection to an obsessive level. Obviously, a Clingy MacLeod is dealt with easier than a Jekyll and Hyde. Also, you don't want to miscategorize someone, like making them out to be worse than they are, which will hurt their feelings, or not as bad, which could put you in a dangerous situation. Second, you should look at what you're doing. What kind of signals are you putting off? Don't give anyone personal details about yourself if you don't feel comfortable. Someone knowing your phone number or your home address or that you live alone is how bad things happen, man. That also means being careful on social media and online dating sites. Always meet people you don't know in public places where people recognize you and would be concerned if suddenly you were whisked away at knife point. Whoa, that got serious. Stalkers are serious. And third, if you've assessed the situation and you realize that you're dealing with more of a Jekyll and Hyde than a Clingy MacLeod, maybe up to this point you haven't dealt with the situation the best way you could, letting them hang around you even if it makes you uncomfortable, giving them your phone number, etc., etc. Then you need to look at the kind of actions that you can take to protect yourself. You can start by going to a friend or a parent or a coworker who is outside of the situation and can give you advice objectively. They might suggest that you go to the police and get a restraining order. I know a girl who had to do that in high school. Or they might suggest having a sit down with the offender and try to figure out if there was any kind of misunderstanding, but basically being like, please respect her privacy and leave her alone. Brothers and guy friends are great for this kind of stuff. I actually had to have my dad and my pastor do this for me one time. You see, this is all really tough stuff, and it can be extremely life upending when you have someone stalking you or just too involved in your life. They might make threats or say that they'll kill themselves if you're not with them, or that they'll hurt you or your family, and that gets really scary. I've never dealt with anything that serious, fortunately, but there are a lot of guys and girls who do. What you need to take away from this is to stand up for yourself and to tell someone you trust about it. And also not going around accusing innocent people of being stalkers. It's a fine line. So what do you think? Have you ever had to deal with someone who was overly attached before? What did you do? Tell me down in the comments, and remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile, or maybe made you a little scared of people. See you guys next Thursday.